This is an iPhone SE 3rd generation. This was Apple's budget phone that they released back in March of 2022 with a price tag of $430. For the first time in a little while, we've got a package on my table that isn't inside of a bland cardboard box. This time you can actually see what it is. Now, why did I buy this though? What purpose do I have in purchasing yet another one of these? Well, I saw recently a post on Reddit that somebody had picked one of these up at Walmart on clearance for a mere $80. And for one of these, even today, that's basically just nothing. So I went ahead and strolled over to Walmart and they had one left in stock on the Verizon carrier for $89 on clearance. So I think it's pretty obvious. Went ahead and picked that up. And for a total of $95.23, I got my hands on a brand new iPhone SE 3rd generation, mainly with just the purpose of unboxing it. Now this is a prepaid Verizon phone, so it will be locked to the Verizon carrier. I'm not sure if it is able to be unlocked. I bought one of these about a year ago from Walmart on Verizon for about $150, but I didn't end up using it on service for 60 days, which is usually the unlock requirement, so I'm not sure if it can be unlocked. I guess we'll find out later, as I do plan to keep this one, unlike the last one that I sold off, which was mainly just because I couldn't justify the amount that I spent and the amount that I used the phone. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this iPhone SE 3 open. Pull the top tab and the bottom one. Now we can go ahead and lift up the box, reveal a brand new and very dusty iPhone SE 3. Fresh out of the box, brand new and never touched, and look at all that dust. There's two teeny tiny marks on the plastic from me just a second ago taking a look at it off camera, but this is something I've definitely never seen before on a sealed iPhone. Usually Apple's quality control is a little bit better than this with their packaging, but hey, I'm not complaining. This cost me $90. Go ahead and pull out the phone and put it to the side, take a look at what else we get inside the box. Included in the box, we have a teeny tiny bit of paperwork. Inside here, we have one Apple sticker, a SIM card ejector, and some safety info for your iPhone. And here we have a Type-C to Lightning charger, brand new, which I will likely just be keeping in the box as I already have tons of these. But now it's time to go ahead and take a look at the iPhone SE itself. You can see the screen is nowhere near as dusty as the back is. Let me just go ahead and wipe this off real quick. That looks a lot better. That was really, really dusty before. Now let's go ahead and see if this phone has any charge inside the box. Good thing it looks like it does. Glad I don't have to get the charger out for this. And it looks like this iPhone SE 3 is already running iOS 18. I was kind of hoping for iOS 17 or lower, as iOS 18 is the latest version of iOS and I just prefer older versions. Especially on an iPhone SE, I just think the control center with iOS 18 does not line up with the design of this phone. It's whatever though, it's still an iPhone SE for $90. Let me go ahead and get this box back closed and get this phone set up. English, United States. Let me connect to Wi-Fi real quick. Now that the phone's activated, go ahead and continue. Set it up for myself, and I'll set up Touch ID later as I don't think this plastic's gonna let me do it. Skip the passcode for now. I just wanna get into the phone. Skip the Apple ID. We're gonna go with dark mode for the sake of my eyes, and let's go ahead and get started. Going into settings, general, and about, we can see that this iPhone SE is running iOS 18.0.1, is a 64 gigabyte model, and is of course carrier locked to Verizon. But now, of course, you may have noticed, I still haven't pulled the plastic off this thing, so let's just go ahead and do that. Now that I've got the seal off, we can go ahead and look at how clean this iPhone is. I know it may be an old design, but fresh out of the box, it is crazy to see this thing without a single scratch on it. I haven't seen one in this good shape since the last one I bought, and since then I've owned one, which wasn't in the worst shape, but nothing compared to this. I mean, that's just like a mirror. So what's next for this phone? Why did I even buy it in the first place other than the price? If you didn't hear what I said earlier, about a year ago, I bought one of these for $150 at Walmart. I enjoyed using it, didn't really have any problems with it, but decided to sell it about 3 months later as I really couldn't justify the amount that I had spent for the amount that I used the phone. As back then, $150 was actually kind of a lot to me. But now, since I've only paid $90 for this, and in my circumstance, that isn't too much right now, I'm totally fine with keeping this. And my plan is to use it as a replacement for the iPhone 8 that I've been using as an iPod. Not just an iPod, but as just a small form media/secondary phone. But as iOS 14 is quite old on this thing and the battery's starting to degrade, I think this will be a nice little swap out for it. Anyways, what I'm gonna spend the next couple days doing is using this phone and getting used to using it as a little media device, and then I'll get back to you guys.
1 week later.
So it's now been about a week with this iPhone SE, And so far, I'm actually really enjoying it. So this is how I've got it set up. I've been using a wallpaper that I previously used on my iPhone 16 Pro Max and a couple other phones. It's just a basic black and white one, but I think it goes nice with the black clock and everything. Home screen's basic. It's just the default layout from a couple years ago. And most of my other stuff is organized in folders. Now, I've actually been using this phone as essentially my secondary phone instead of just a media device for the past week. And that is because I've also been using my 512 gigabyte iPhone 13 as my main phone for about 3 weeks now. I love my iPhone 16 Pro Max, and I know I bought it for the big size as I thought it would fit better in my hands, but it's like carrying around a brick, and the size just started to drive me crazy. I like the big screen, but basically nothing else about the size. And I also do really enjoy using my phone with a jailbreak. I've got an iOS 15 style lock screen that I basically designed myself, made the home screen look nice and clean without any text, 5 icons in the dock, some custom icons for the Wi-Fi and cellular, a little tweak that allows me to take screenshots and apps like Snapchat without it reporting anything. It's a cool little device, and I've enjoyed using it as my main phone. Anyway, that's beside the point. This has been being used as essentially my secondary device to go alongside this, and it's been really great. The only thing that I haven't enjoyed is getting used to this form factor again. Typing is still a little bit difficult, but I'm totally used to the home button. I went ahead and slapped a silicone case and screen protector on it right after the end of that video, as I do want to keep this thing basically brand new, because if I can, then I might as well do it. This phone's probably going to be my secondary phone for another little while, but whenever I do end up getting a different secondary phone, this is going to end up being used as my media phone. Right now, I'm kind of just using this as a media phone and secondary. The battery has actually been a lot better than I expected. I'm just going to be honest. The phone runs amazing, even compared to my iPhone 13 on iOS 16. About just as smooth, I'm going to be honest. The A15 processor is even better than I remembered it being. I'm just going to be honest. Now, one last thing that I do want to mention for those people that do care and follow my channel. I recently fixed up an iPhone 15 for my younger brother, and in turn for giving that to him, I ended up snagging his old phone, of course, which was a 128 gigabyte red iPhone 13. In pretty decent shape. There's some marks on the back and of course some marks on the sides as that paint does chip. I threw a screen protector on top of it, but it does have some scratches underneath the screen protector. Nothing too serious, although a few of them are kind of deep. This phone still works absolutely phenomenally. It was kind of dirty when I got it. Other than that, absolutely great, and he took pretty good care of it. It's running iOS 16.2. It's a 128 gig like I said, and is also carrier unlocked. It was a Verizon phone, but was paid off. And this phone is very similar to my iPhone 13 in black that I've been using as my main phone, as they are both actually running the same version of iOS, except this one's a 512 gigabyte and the red one is a 128. Now, I actually haven't done anything with this phone yet. Expect some future videos about it, possibly some jailbreak videos, which is another thing that I still haven't even done to it. And if that weren't enough iPhone 13s, I've also got this green one, which is legitimately running iOS 15, also jailbroken, but that's besides the point. So thank you guys for watching this unboxing. I hope you enjoyed. I enjoyed unboxing this as I really didn't want to get rid of my other one, but got rid of it so I could get the money back. And the unboxing experience is always nice. So if you guys are new here, please consider subscribing. As of right now, only 8.8% of my viewers are actually subscribed to my channel. So if you're new, please hit that subscribe button as it'll really help me reach my goal of 11,000 subscribers. Last but not least, I can't forget about membership shoutouts. So huge shout out to these 4 members right here. I'll have a link down in the description to all 4 of their channels. And if you weren't aware, I do have channel memberships. If you're interested in joining, it's $1.99 a month. There's a link down in the description, and it just helps me to continue making videos like these. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. And as always, peace out, guys.